Hey guys, me again. Just wanted to break the great news that I gave myself a promotion and I quit my job, or I gave 2 weeks and then they said, hey, we don't want you anymore. So I wanted to go a little bit in detail about this because I feel like a lot of people out there want to like leave wherever they're working and they don't know how to do it, or why, or what they should do, or they're not happy. And I'm a really big advocate of not wasting time. I mean, I know that's the epitome of like everybody, everybody's philosophy nowadays. But in terms of not wasting my time, like everything on the go, we're living in like a way more efficient time period, right? So for me, there's just the way that I like to describe why I left my place of business, the sales job I was working at, wasn't because I wasn't making good money, but it was because the time that I was spending there was creating. If you can just go along with me for a second, if there's a line right here that stands for I don't know, like your health, right? Your balance, or living beyond the balance, right? So if the line trends higher than that line, right? I was creating a deficit, right? Similarly to how a lot of people create a deficit of sleep, right? They don't get enough sleep. I just realized that I was creating a deficit of time wasted. I was just working the same 50, 60, sometimes 70 hours a week, and for what? I have all these things that I'm looking to accomplish. But I knew going in, though, so I have to say asterisks or parentheses. I knew going into this job that I was just raising capital, and so I think what a lot of people need to realize about my situation, about maybe this could be you as well, that you're trying to set up your exit strategy to leaving your job, right? To leveraging your business for whatever it is, for money, or for experience, and then figuring out the exit strategy. So for me, it was more about figuring out and calculating, how can I leave my job, make what I need for personal expenses, and then start being able to have more free time to do everything else that I need that would eventually grow into obviously more abundance and things that I want to do. So I elected to do Uber. I'm going to do Ubering for just for my baseline expenses, and then I'll be trading, and learning and trading and growing and investing, and for any profit I have, right? So if you've come from sales, you've known that your company may give you like a draw check or draw checks for the month, meaning like you'll get paid, but then they kind of subtract that back out of your sales or your commissions, once the month is done, right? So for the place of business I worked at, it was we get two draw checks bi-weekly, and then that's deducted from your one-time sales commission, right? And so the way that I see my life, and it's important to kind of structure yourself this way once you're on your own time and you're just working for yourself. It's important to work within and live within boundaries of and have a strong work ethic. If you don't believe you have a strong work ethic, I wouldn't recommend leaving a job that you have. I would more understand what you need as a person to rely on, and then find that thing more laser focused, or more extremely, right? Not everybody's built to do their own thing, but for me, it's just something that I've yearned for. I know that no matter where I work with, I was going to do something myself. But raising capital is a big part of setting the early stages. For me personally, I always maximize on 401ks. So I had a 401k that I cashed out. I don't believe in 401ks. I believe that if you rely on a 401k, when you're older, you've failed yourself to create abundance for yourself. And so took some of that 401k, cashed out the 401k, to better help my cause and learning, education, and whatever. And to kind of give back to myself a little bit and make myself have a little bit more security in this time period. I know I'm getting so sidetracked, but there's so many things that I want you guys to know. But anyway, so I left my job. Sales was good, but the emphasis here is on the time, right? Because I realized that, and I somehow got sidetracked. I don't know how, but I realized that I was just not creating the amount of content that I wanted, and the other things that I wanted to build up with my brand and with my trading and everything that I wanted to move forward. I was creating this deficit, and I still wake up really early. I try to wake up 5, 6, 7 o'clock every day, get these things done before I'd go into work. When I was working, I'd wake up at 5:30, get everything, like try to get as much as I can done before I go in. And then at work, it's just, it's hard when your time's divided, right? So I would say that if you hate your job, leave your job, figure out the strategy to leave your job, right? Figure out what your expenses is, break it down on an Excel sheet or something, break down all of your potential opportunities for income, and try and set goals for those. Passive if you can. 401ks are garbage. Cash those things out. Maximize them when you're there, right? Put in, like for me, for example, I put in like a basic amount. I put in like $1,000 or $2,000, and then I went from putting in earnings to putting in a certain amount. I just cut it out. So I went like 1% like taxed and non-taxed, and I just like put a really aggressive portfolio on my 401k, and then I let that thing sail, and it built a couple, actually. I think it's like 3x what I put in. So that's great. But so here's the thing: most companies, on the topic of 401ks, they want you to be at the company for a certain amount of time before you can actually collect the vested amount that they put in. So sometimes it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Figure out what that amount is with your company, and go from there. So anyway, going back to quitting my job. Maybe you want to quit your job. Make sure it's the right thing that you want to do. For me, it's always been a part of my roadmap. So for all of you guys out there that are still discovering what it is that you're trying to do, what your next moves are, what your goals are, how do you get to your next goal, or your big goal at the mountaintop in the distant land, make sure that you're not leaving your job preemptively. Make sure you're not leaving a place where you think you can really grow and maximize. Of course, I had that opportunity at my job, but it directly conflicted with my, I guess, life goals or my growth. I was not able to balance. The job was not allowing me to balance the hours and time that I needed to stay there or to be there, to commit, and also do my own things like make videos and to learn and grow in my investing career and business career. It's not allowing me to go to conferences. It's not allowing me to do a lot of things that I need to do. So again, I would just make sure that, if you are contemplating leaving your job, make sure you obviously create pros and cons list. You understand the financial repercussions of leaving your job and what will leave that to you. I'm going from a job that, gave me this to a job that made me that. And so you have to be kind of cognizant of all different aspects of the life change. Now, I'm just somebody that's always strived for being independent and free to my own device. So I just recommend that if you are somebody that yearns to have your own thing going, then chase that and trust it, and trust that should be your drive, and focus on winning your day by day. If you're somebody that likes the community of an organization, and you like to work in, you like that little village of a business that you're in, and you can like to extend on that, or maybe just develop into career paths within organizations, that's not bad either. But you have to understand where your heart lies and what your heart wants or what your mind wants. And for me, it's just always been working for myself, for others under me, for everybody around me, for the world. And I don't want to live somebody else's dreams, right? And it's car sales. I wasn't really expecting to stay in car sales for that much longer. So, since then, it's been a couple of days because I've been adjusting. Right, it's like a release of it's like getting a back massage or like a massage. It's just all that worked up tension, symbolizing the work that I've been doing, now just de-stressed. So, but everything's been great. Everything's been going according to plan. I think that for a lot of people, maybe in my position, you know, the work ethic needs to be done. You need to have that work ethic down. You need to have the motivation, and you need to have that support from people around you to make this kind of decision. And, you know, I don't think I would have done it as swiftly as I did without that support. So if you have any more questions about this, by the way, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Just leave a comment down below, or reach out to me, and maybe I'll make a video based off the topic that you want. I'm always down to answer questions in a video format. Make sure you like and subscribe, and if you just want me to make any kind of content that's relevant, just let me know. I will see you guys next time. Take care.